Hello, let's get started on lesson 12. And I am going to tell you that we're going to split this into 2 days. Day 1, and you need to make sure that you have your value discs all ready to go, as Mrs. Chin pointed out, and do watch that video before you try to solve the word problem or before you do anything else. Make sure you watch that video first and practice with those value discs. Parents, I'm just going to tell you, if you are thinking, oh, this would be so much easier just to show them the standard algorithm, which this is what this lesson is going to be about without the value disc, please resist that temptation. You need to make sure that they're practicing the standard algorithm with the value discs so they understand why they're doing the steps that they're doing. And I'm excited that the standard algorithm is actually the standard algorithm that I'm used to and you're used to too. So make sure that your student does use the value discs while they're working through the standard algorithm. All right, so, and also when they're doing the word problem, make sure that they remember to write their statement that matches the story. That is a must. Day 1, again, use the value disc. Oh my gosh, use the value disc to solve each problem and then rewrite the problem in the vertical form and record each step as shown in the example. They have done letter A for you. You can see how they did that using the standard algorithm, but they also used the value discs to do this. Please do not do the problem without using the value discs at the same time. So you see the reasons why you're crossing out your 10s, because you're decomposing a 10, which only leaves you with 1. Those 10s are now in the 1s, giving you 12 ones, and so on. Okay, so each problem, please use the value discs. You're going to do B, C, and D. The exit ticket for day 1 is 53 take away 29 and 71 take away 27. Make sure that you have your student use the value discs when you do that. It's probably also a good idea to show the number bonds for these problems as well. I know she shows those on the video, and I think it's a very important step to have your student show those number bonds for each of these problems. I'm going to even show it on the first one here. Our whole would have been 22. 18 was a part, and 4 was the missing part. You're going to have to find out the missing part. Please use the number bonds in all of these problems if you wouldn't mind. I think they're very helpful to the kids to have those number bonds, including on their exit ticket. We would like to see those number bonds as well. And sometimes I can tell who really listens to the things that I ask you to do, because I sometimes change things up just a bit from what you see on the video, just to add a little bit more, so we're certain that you are understanding what's going on. So that's day 1, and yeah, you're going to just do that much. And the video is rather long. I think it's close to 20 minutes, so you're going to want to watch that video first and then come back and try these problems, and then we'll do the second half tomorrow. But in the meantime, how about if I have you pause the video and I will share the key with you. Okay, pause the video or shut it off and come back when you're ready. All right, so let's take a look at the word problem first. I hope you use the value discs when you solve this problem. And I noticed something that, oh, no, well, I use the tape model. So Barb has 34 cherries, which I recorded as my whole. She eats 17 of those cherries for a snack, and I'm trying to find out how many are left. If I was looking at this as a number bond, I would show 34 as my whole and 17 as the part that I know, and I know that I'm going to be finding the missing part. So this would be, as you know from the number bond, 34 take away 17 will give me the other part of my tape model. Now, using the value discs, I hope the value discs were you were using the value discs, because when you lay out 34, you can see that you can't take 7 ones away from 4 ones. So you have to decompose a 10. We cross out the 3, take that group of 10 out, and we put it over into the ones, giving us 14 ones. That leaves us with 2 10s and 14 ones. Now the value of our problem is still the same. It still has a value of 34. But now we have enough ones that we can take 7 ones from 14 ones, which is 7 ones, and 1 10 from 2 10s, which is 1 10. Please, parents, I hope that you'll resist just doing the standard algorithm. Please make sure that your student is using the value discs as I have asked. Okay, let's take a look at what your word problem or your written statement should look like. Barb had 34 cherries. She ate 17. Now she has 17 left. Man, I was glad I could write that one in a short form. Okay, now we're coming over to the value, or doing problem set. We're going to only do B, C, and D. Of course, I would love to see your student also include the number bond. It's always a good idea for them to be able to see that number bond so they can see the relationship between the number bond and the standard algorithm. And so there you go. Looks like for B, you could not take 2 ones from 0 ones, so you had to decompose a 10, putting those 10 ones over into the ones, leaving you with 1 10. Now, oops, I forgot to cross out my 0. Now I have 10 ones, take away 2 ones is 8 ones, and 1 10 take away 1 10 is 0 10s. And I do encourage students to put the 0 in the tens place, just so they can keep their numbers lined up according to place value. That's a very important step. So I'm going to do my number bond. Here it is, with 34 was my whole, 25 was one of my parts, and I was trying to find the other part. So as I start this problem, I can see that I can't, using the value cubes, I can't take 5 ones away from 4 ones. So I had to decompose a 10 and put that 10 ones with my 4 ones, which gave me 14 ones, leaving me with only 2 10s. Now I can subtract. 14 ones take away 5 ones is 9 ones, and 2 10s take away 2 10s is 0 10s, filling in the rest of the, the number bond. All right, coming on to 25, take away 18, putting it in vertical form, using the value discs. I hope that you did. I notice that I cannot take 8 ones away from 5 ones, so I am doing a decomposition of a 10. I'm taking those 10 ones, I'm taking that group of 10, and I'm changing it now for 10 ones. When I add those 10 ones to the 5 ones that are already there, I get 15 ones. Because I decomposed and moved that over into the ones, I now have 1 10 left. 15 ones take away 8 ones is 7 ones, and 1 10 take away 1 10 is 0 10s. And I'm really hoping that your student also showed the number bond, with 25 as the whole and 18 as one part, and that would leave 15 as the other part. When you do the exit ticket, we would like to see all of these steps. And please, my parents who are helping your students, please use the value discs. Don't be tempted. We're going to be getting to that soon enough. When we start lesson 13, we will be moving away from the value discs and onto something a little different with the chip model. But for right now, for the sake of your child, please use the value discs. All right, there we go. So with that, you are going to make sure you send your exit ticket to me. And there you go. Life is good, and have a great day of learning. Don't forget to send that to your teacher. Bye.